You ever wake up and you just feel that freedom in your body?
Yeah.
Like you can bend and reach and move without any limitations?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the dream for so many of us.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
the reality is a lot of us wake up with aches, stiffness, limited movement.
Absolutely. And
And
that's where I think understanding mobility becomes super important.
okay.
It goes beyond just like being a buzzword,
Yeah.
in the fitness world.
Right. Yeah.
It's really the foundation for a more pain-free life.
So it's not just about being flexible.
Right.
I have to admit, I often use those words interchangeably.
Yeah, and a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Flexibility is a part of it.
Okay.
It's just one piece of the puzzle.
Got it.
Think of it this way. Flexibility is about how far you can stretch a muscle,
Okay.
kind of like a rubber band. The longer it stretches, the more flexible it is.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But how is mobility different then?
Mobility is about having strength and control throughout that entire range of motion. So it's more than just being able to touch your toes.
Right.
It's about being able to squat down, pick something heavy up, or reach overhead with good form
Right.
and without any pain.
So almost like functional strength within...
Jaxability.
You got it.
Okay.
It's about having a strong, long rope that you can actually use to pull something heavy to move it with power and precision.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So why should we care so much about mobility?
Right.
Does it really impact our everyday lives that much?
Every single movement you make,
Wow.
from walking to getting dressed, relies on your mobility.
Okay.
If you have good mobility, those actions are effortless.
Right.
But when mobility is limited,
Mm.
even simple tasks can become really challenging or even painful.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
Like just bending down to tie my shoes can sometimes feel like a workout in itself.
And that's a key point.
Yeah.
You see, when you have limited mobility, other parts of your body are forced to overcompensate to make up for that lack of movement in the restricted area. So it's like a domino effect.
Exactly.
One tight area leads to problems in another.
Precisely so. For instance, if your hips are tight
Yeah.
and lack mobility, your lower back often ends up taking on that extra load.
Oh, wow.
Over time, this can cause wear and tear aches and even injuries in those overworked areas.
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I just assumed that pain was, due to sudden injuries.
It can be.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, chronic pain is the result of years of accumulating bad habits.
I'm guessing you're talking about the usual suspects here?
Yeah.
Sitting for long periods, not moving enough, neglecting our bodies.
Exactly. Those seemingly small things can have a significant impact in the long run.
Got it.
It's like driving a car for years without ever changing the oil or rotating the tires.
Okay.
Eventually, something's going to break down.
So mobility work is like giving our bodies a tune-up
Exactly.
to prevent those breakdowns.
Yeah.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Now, how can we tell if we have mobility restrictions?
Right.
Is there a way to assess ourselves?
There are a few quick tests you can do
Right.
to get an idea of your overall mobility.
Okay.
Let's try a couple.
Okay.
First, stand up tall and try to raise both of your arms straight overhead.
Okay.
Can you do it without arching your back or feeling any tightness in your shoulders?
I can feel a bit of tightness in my shoulders,
Okay.
but I'm not arching my back.
Okay, so that slight tightness could be a sign of some limitations in your upper body mobility,
Okay.
particularly in that shoulder area.
Got it.
It's very common,
Oh,
so don't worry.
good to know. What's the next test?
Now let's check your lower body.
Okay.
See if you can sit in a deep squat position with your heels flat on the ground.
Okay. Heels flat, squatting down.
Yeah.
I definitely can't get very low without my heels lifting off the ground.
Okay, so that suggests you might have some tightness in your hips and ankles,
Okay.
which are key for lower body mobility.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So these simple movements can reveal a lot about our bodies.
Like-
But what if we do find we have some mobility restrictions?
Yeah.
Is it even possible to improve at this point?
Absolutely, and that's the good news.
Okay.
Mobility is incredibly trainable.
That's reassuring to hear.
Yeah.
But I have to ask,
Yeah.
does improving mobility require hours of stretching every day?
That's a common misconception.
Okay.
You don't need to spend hours stretching.
Yep.
Even just 5 to 10 minutes each day dedicated to targeted mobility work can make a big difference.
So even small, consistent efforts can lead to big changes.
Absolutely, and those changes extend far beyond just feeling more flexible.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Let's dive into those benefits.
Okay.
What exactly can we expect from improving our mobility?
Well, for starters, good mobility can actually increase your strength and efficiency.
Okay.
Think about it: if your muscles are constantly fighting against tightness,
Right.
they're wasting energy.
They are.
When you improve your mobility,
Yeah.
you free up that energy, allowing your muscles to work more efficiently.
So it's like removing the handbrake on our bodies.
Exactly. And let's say you just finished a tough workout.
Yeah.
Having good mobility means
Yeah.
you'll recover faster when your muscles and tissues are more pliable. They're better able to handle the stress of exercise.
Right.
This means less soreness, and you can bounce back quicker.
That's great to know. And I'm guessing injury prevention is another major benefit, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, if our bodies are moving more efficiently,
Yeah,
there's less chance of strain or awkward movements.
you're absolutely right. When you have good mobility, your body is better equipped to handle a variety of movements and stress without getting injured.
So it's like giving our bodies the tools they need to move safely and efficiently.
Yeah.
So we've established that mobility is important, but where do we even begin?
That's great.
I imagine it can feel overwhelming for someone just starting out.
That's a question we get a lot,
Right.
and it's understandable.
Yeah.
But the beauty of mobility work is that it's highly personalized.
Yeah.
There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
So no need to suddenly become a yoga master or contortionist.
Not at all. Remember those quick self-assessments we did earlier?
Yeah.
The overhead reach and the deep squat?
Yeah.
Those are a great starting point for identifying areas that need attention.
Right. So
Yeah.
if I felt tightness in my shoulders during the overhead reach, I might prioritize mobility work for my upper body.
Exactly. And if the deep squat was a challenge, you'd likely want to focus on your hips, hamstrings, and ankles.
Okay.
It acts as like a roadmap for your mobility journey,
I like that.
starting with the areas that need the most attention.
A personalized roadmap.
Exactly.
Now, when it comes to choosing specific techniques,
Yeah.
are there certain categories we should be aware of?
Definitely one popular approach is stretching,
Okay.
which focuses on lengthening muscles and improving flexibility.
Yeah.
There are different types of stretching, like static stretching, where you hold a pose, and dynamic stretching, which involves more movement.
I've definitely tried static stretching, like holding a hamstring stretch. But what exactly is dynamic stretching?
Dynamic stretching is all about moving your joints through their full range of motion.
Okay.
Think leg swings, arm circles, torso twists,
Okay.
movements that get you warmed up.
That sounds a bit more my style. I have to admit, I'm not one for holding stretches for long periods.
And that's perfectly fine. It's about finding what works best for you and your body.
Yeah.
Another effective tool is foam rolling.
The foam roller. I've heard mixed things about it. Some love it, some hate it.
Right.
What's your take?
It can definitely be intense, but it's incredibly effective for releasing muscle tension and improving tissue quality.
Right.
Specifically fascia.
Fascia, right. That's a word I hear a lot in the fitness world, but I'm not entirely sure I understand what it is.
Fascia is a thin layer of connective tissue that surrounds and supports your muscles, organs, and other structures in your body.
Okay.
Imagine it like a web that holds everything together.
So if our fascia gets tight or restricted, it can impact how well we move.
Absolutely. And that's where foam rolling comes in. It helps to release those restrictions. Kind of like giving your body's internal scaffolding a tune-up.
It's starting to make a lot more sense now.
Good.
So we have stretching and foam rolling.
Yeah.
Are there any other techniques we should explore?
Beyond those, you can also incorporate dynamic movements and exercises into your routine.
Okay.
Things like squats, lunges, push-ups, and rows.
Right.
But with a focus on moving through your full range of motion and controlling each movement.
So it's like taking those basic exercises
Yeah.
and making them more mobility focused.
Exactly. You're basically using movement to improve your movement.
Right.
A positive feedback loop.
Okay, I'm starting to see how a well-rounded mobility routine can come together.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, how do we know if we're doing these techniques correctly?
That's a great question. The key is to pay attention to your body and listen to what it's telling you.
So it's not just about going through the motions.
Right.
It's about being present and mindful during the practice.
Precisely focus on how each movement feels. You should feel a gentle stretch or release, but never sharp pain.
Pain is a bad sign. Got it.
Yeah.
What are some good signs that we're on the right track?
You might notice an increased range of motion, less stiffness, or a feeling of warmth and relaxation in the muscles.
You know, I'm curious about something.
Yeah.
What if someone is already exercising regularly? Do they really need to add mobility work on top of that?
That's a valid question.
Yeah.
While exercise is great for overall health, it doesn't always address every aspect of mobility.
So even if I'm hitting the gym or going for runs,
Yeah.
I could still benefit from adding dedicated mobility work into my routine.
Absolutely. In fact, incorporating mobility work into your routine can actually enhance your workouts and boost your performance.
How so?
Well, if you're able to move through a full range of motion with more ease and control,
Right.
you'll be able to perform exercises more effectively and with less risk of getting injured.
Okay.
It's like priming the canvas before painting a masterpiece.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So mobility isn't just a standalone practice.
Right.
It's integral to a holistic approach to health and fitness.
And-
It all makes so much more sense now.
And the benefits go beyond just the gym. Good mobility can improve your posture,
Yeah.
reduce everyday aches and pains, and even increase your energy levels.
Wow.
It truly is the gift that keeps on giving.
Okay, I'm sold. I think I'm starting to understand why mobility is such a game changer.
Good.
But it can still feel overwhelming to know where to start.
The good news is you don't have to change your entire life to reap the benefits.
Okay.
Even small, consistent efforts can make a significant difference over time.
Right.
Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress.
Small steps, big results. I rate it.
And as you explore different techniques and practices, you'll develop a whole new awareness and connection with your body.
Right.
It's like embarking on an adventure of self-discovery,
Yeah.
but with the added bonus of feeling better and moving with more ease.
I'm already starting to feel inspired.
Good.
But I know our listeners are probably wondering about the practical side of things.
Yeah.
How do we actually fit mobility work into our already busy lives?
That's a great question and one we'll delve into right after a quick break.
All right, so we've talked about the benefits and the different techniques.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest question on everyone's mind is, how do we actually fit mobility work into our already packed schedules?
Yeah, I completely understand that concern life is busy,
For sure.
but the good news is you don't need a ton of time for mobility work to be effective.
We're talking minutes, not hours.
Right, exactly. Even squeezing in 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a noticeable difference.
Okay, that's less time than I spend scrolling through social media, so no excuses there.
Exactly.
But realistically, where do we find those extra minutes?
Think about all those little pockets of time we have throughout the day.
Okay,
Waiting for the coffee to brew,
right.
standing in line at the grocery store, or even during commercial breaks while watching TV.
So we can multitask our way to better mobility?
I like the sound of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can do some simple stretches while waiting for that Zoom meeting to start.
Or foam roll your calves while catching up on your favorite show.
It's like sneaking in a workout without even realizing it.
Right.
Are there any other ways to seamlessly incorporate mobility into our day?
Definitely, if you already have a workout routine,
Yeah.
try adding a few mobility exercises as a warm-up or cool-down.
So instead of just jumping right into my run,
Yeah.
I could spend a few minutes doing some dynamic stretches or foam rolling beforehand.
Exactly, and afterward, take a few minutes to stretch those tight muscles.
Okay.
It's like bookending your workouts with some mobility love.
I love that. But what about those of us who aren't, hardcore exercisers?
Sure.
Are there ways to weave mobility into a less fitness-focused lifestyle?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Simple things like opting for the stairs instead of the elevator, or walking or biking instead of driving whenever
Yeah.
possible can make a difference.
Okay.
It's about making movement a natural part of your day, not just a chore on your to-do list.
It's about creating a lifestyle where movement is integrated, not isolated.
Oh,
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
Now, let's revisit those amazing benefits of improved mobility.
Okay.
I'm ready for the full rundown.
Well, get ready to be amazed. Improved mobility can reduce pain and stiffness, boost your energy levels,
Oh.
improve your posture, enhance athletic performance,
Wow.
decrease your risk of injury, and even elevate your mood and overall well-being.
It's like a ripple effect of positivity throughout your entire being.
Exactly.
It truly is a game changer,
Yeah.
but with so much information.
Yeah,
What's the key takeaway for our listeners today?
I would say
What do we want them to remember most?
the most important thing is to understand that mobility matters.
Yes.
It's not just a fitness fad. It's the foundation for a healthier, happier, and more pain-free life.
Right.
And it's never too late to start no matter your age or fitness level.
So no more excuses.
Yeah,
We all have the power to prioritize our mobility
we do.
and experience these benefits firsthand.
Exactly. Start small, be consistent, and listen to your body. Choose one area to focus on, find a technique that works for you, and dedicate just a few minutes each day.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed by how quickly those small efforts can transform your life.
This has been such an insightful deep dive into the world of mobility. We've learned so much about the what, the why, and the how.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It feels empowering to know we have the ability to make these changes and improve our overall well-being.
Absolutely, and this is just the beginning.
Right.
Remember, consistency is key. Keep exploring, keep moving, and keep listening to your body.
Until next time, stay mobile and keep those bodies moving.